Hey Leo, welcome to your March reading. This is Wild Pearl Tarot. I really appreciate you stopping by, whether you are somebody totally new to the channel or you are returning. I love you and I appreciate you. This is my channel I've created just to do my best to put some light into the world because there's a lot of dark crap. Wouldn't you agree? And so this channel is about giving loving advice, something to think about, introspection. But the biggest thing is you. It's about how you react to the reading. So be honest with yourselves because they are general readings. If you'd like a personal one, all that information is in the description box below. But the general readings, listen to yourself. You are the guide. If it resonates, keep it. It's good for you. It's great. You'll think about it. It'll help you with your life. If it does not resonate, don't keep it. And consider checking out your moon sign because sometimes that's more accurate. All right, you guys, so we're going to be getting some introspection, some advice on career, and then we're going to move on to love. Career for our Leos, March 2023. What do you got for us? We have leaving choppy waters, moving into smoother waters. Do you feel that? That feels peaceful, doesn't it? It feels nice. All right, we're only taking cards that volunteer themselves like that one, and we only read them in reverse if they fly out that way. They start out all upright. So we're getting some big signs that you are listening to your instincts. So you've reached a place, Leo, where you're not interested in forcing the current. You know that you have the ability to. You can force and go against the current. You're not interested in it. So you started, as soon as you start listening to your, I want to say intuition, but it's more instinct and intuition, the blend of the hermit. It's that lantern in the dark. It's almost humbling oneself to recognize the dark. The dark is, what that looks like is you being like, I don't know all the answers. I got this lantern. This is all I got, and I'm going to follow. I'm going to let the lantern guide me. What I can see, the next 2 feet in front of me, that's fine. I'm going to do my best navigating whatever this lantern can light up. And you know what? I'm humbled by the darkness. I'm humbled by the fact that I can't see past that, and I don't have all the answers, but I'm going to do my best to follow the path that I need to follow, that this lantern is lighting up. So that is a deeper wisdom. That is the Hermit card. And that's what, as soon as you started doing that, things change, right? We have the piece, like this is unpacking the meaning of this card, which is that healing card, the Six of Swords, in your career and your business life. So we have out the King of Swords. Now this is an energy, could be an air sign, but it's an energy that is not emotional and really helpful in business. It's very logical, it's very practical, and it's very experienced. So they're very, very smart, very intellectual, very in their head. So whether this is you or somebody else, this is somebody you want on your side in business. And if this is you, this is taking the intelligence to take all your past experiences, almost look at them like a spreadsheet and be like, what worked? What didn't work? What I'm doing? What am I doing? You know, it's very practical. So Leo, business, career, March 2023, we have an offer coming towards you. This could really play into your passions, into your creativity, if you are a creative individual and identify that way. But this is an offer that might get you very excited. And it also might close up, something that was confusing you, something that you found disappointing. That could have been in the near past. Yeah, something that was, and I think that it's going to be like a little bit of fresh air in what you felt a little stuck in. Okay, so now we're going to go back through the same deck. We're going to get some clarity on all of these. I would like some clarity for the Six of Swords, the sense that you're leaving choppy waters and going into smooth waters. We've got the Hierophant. This very much, what is aiding you in leaving those choppy waters is your relationship to your beliefs and your systems. So your disciplines around your beliefs. So in work, it could even be as literal as, you know what? I'm not a morning person, but I'm going to set my alarm to a certain time. I'm going to make sure I have a breakfast every morning, or, you know, whatever it is that sets you in a healthy, productive pattern around your work that gets you into a mode of thinking that supports a healing. It's going to be your disciplines around your beliefs, whatever that means to you. It also rules over institutions as well. So that has to be said. So what about this Hermit? So in the face of conflict, you have that Lantern. Remember that in any kind of conflict, this is also a competition, and it could be a friendly competition card as well. But you get the picture. It's conflict. This is so much the storm and the eye of the storm. So you have now, because you have that beautiful Hermit energy, that Lantern, and this faith that you don't need to know all the answers. You don't need to see at all times what's 12 miles up the road. If you can't see it, don't force it, right? But what you can do is you can navigate that path really clearly in the light of that Lantern. Now that is the eye of the storm, baby. That is where your calm lies, and that gives you an edge over the competition. I have to say, gotta say it. Love it. I love that for you. King of Swords. Judgment. This is resurrection energy. This might be a new part of your personality popping up. This might be like, you know, I'm hearing like the Tibetan horn in my head, the Viking horn, like somebody else is born, somebody rises, just like these. It's kind of a creepy picture, you guys, but those people rising out of the coffins, rising from the graves at the horn. That's why there's a horn. I didn't see the horn, and I know, you guys, but the angel calling them out. It's like, oh, you called? This is your superpower. The ability to be like, you know what, I'm going to put all those experiences on a spreadsheet. You know, there's no emotion to, I don't want to say emotion makes us weak, because I love emotion, and I think emotion tells us a lot about something going on. But you're recognizing that you can call upon this strategic, logistical, or logical powerhouse that is pretty no bullshit and very smart. And I do believe that that's something new, something, it's like a superpower. What does this offer, this Knight of Cups? So something is going away, and it's letting room, it's making room for new things to come through. That's going to be new people, that could be new opportunities, but something's coming to a natural end here. What is this Knight of Cups? I feel this might be an offer you are not interested in taking. There might be apathy. Somebody is coming forward with an offer. This is what I had said earlier, right? I was like, oh, this is something that could play into your creativity, something that could play into your passions. But as you look at it with the power of the King of Swords, whether that's you or somebody else, right? When you look at it from this perspective of the King of Swords, it might not be an offer you're so interested in taking. Yeah, so we've got the Sun. There's a relief attached to this Sun. So you're navigating this in a really good way. Whatever it is, it's coming out good for you. We've got the Fool card coming. What's this Fool card? Oh, this feels like something you thought would be a disappointment is actually turning out roses. It's much better than what you feared, or that something you were worried about. What's this Eight of Swords? I think that some of you guys were stuck in indecision. And for a while, maybe it felt like there was no right decision. But actually, because it's like there might have been a sense that like you couldn't trust your options. Like you felt stuck with all of it. Like none of it really looked super great. I know I'm getting a lot of cards here. Whether this was an obligation for some of you guys, whether this was a favor almost for some of you guys, like if somebody you knew was asking you to do this job. This is a very few of you guys, but I have to say it. Some of you guys were experiencing somebody you cared for, somebody that was asking you to maybe help them or work with them or something, and you felt conflicted, felt a little stuck, and it does come out looking good. I do feel like you look good. Something, a twist. You know what I think it is? This is right in the center of your reading, and I feel like this is the problem solver. This King of Swords comes out, and actually you gain more respect for it, for that logical, practical side. I'd like some advice for Leo career. This is a problem solve, like you successfully solve a problem basically in the month of March. And this is King of Swords, Knight of Cups. Ha ha ha! You could be the King of Swords. Okay, so that King of Swords energy, you don't have to show it. You don't have to show the inner workings. If it's your energy or somebody else's, it doesn't need to be on display. So you're going to have a big, like you're going to be very powerful in a certain way in March of presenting yourself. Remember when I was talking about presenting yourself? Something about presenting yourself helps you get unstuck. You can present yourself as this Knight of Cups, somebody who is in alignment of that. Let's do something really wonderful and like compassionate and passionate. And you can present yourself as somebody who resonates with that. But inside is that King of Swords. Sorry for the loud car in the background. Inside is that King of Swords. So this is diplomacy, my friends. Anything else? It's going to save you a lot of work with the Nine of Rods. It's going to save you a lot of work. It's going to, you're realizing that the power of the King of Swords is going to keep you from exhausting yourself. And it's full. Say yes to this new journey. And I feel like it's an inward journey. It's part of this hermit, you know, like following that lantern. I can only do what I can do. I can't see 12 miles in the distance when it's dark out, you know, in the deep forest. This is not a bad dark card. This is a really beautiful card. It's like my intuition is telling me to be very cutthroat, very practical about this. I don't have to present myself that way. I can present myself and come off as somebody who's a little bit softer. But that's the superpower you've got right now. And you're going to see things pick up, a lot of messages, possibly travel for a lot of you guys. I think it's specifically travel. These are both travel cards. Fiery, movement forward on projects, traveling overseas for some of you guys. This is messages, text messages, communications. It's looking really, really good. But yeah. Okay, so we're going to gather these back up. We're going to give the deck a neutralizing shuffle, I like to call it, and we're going to read about your love life. If this is resonating so far, please and thank you for liking the video. It means a lot. I watch so many great videos on YouTube. I mean, I'm a total YouTube, freak. I'm hooked on YouTube videos. But I feel so bad. I forget to like a lot of them. So I'll actually go back into my history, and for the ones that I like, I go back and hit the like button. So I understand that sometimes it's hard to remember that. Love for Leos in March. Ooh. Ace of Cups. Let's get a couple more out. We have beautiful card, Page of Cups. Leos in love, we got flipping but not flying. Some of you guys are online dating. I'm going to put that back in the deck. Leos, lots. The cards are jumpy, you can tell. Okay, we've got, okay, so you guys are not messing around. I feel like a lot of you guys would like to find your person or that good relationship. Either way, you're looking at big picture stuff. This has a sense of like not wanting to, you don't want to have another dead end. I feel that in my head. I can hear those. It's like you are really intentionally going about your next relationship. And I think that you've experienced that up and down of like, oh, this could be it. And then that disappointment before. You've got the sun shining on you. Beautiful. I feel that the sun is guiding you into an epiphany, into something new with this beautiful magician. You are manifesting something new. Now, don't be surprised if you get messages. You might have a lot of messages coming for you. Some of you guys might be traveling with the 8 of Wands. What a blustery day out, right? And there's a decision, a choice one has to make here. So we've got some interesting things out on the table here. I'm going to get some clarity. What's this Ace of Cups in reverse for our Leos? Some of you guys, this was a marriage to somebody who was, could have been earth sign, but they were really practical. Money was really important to them. Or they had a lot of it. They might have run their own business, or they had some investments going for them. They might have had a lot of money. It might have been the most important thing for them, whatever it was. But either way, I feel like this is an individual that, for you guys, there's some of you guys who are just married and it's talking about marriage with a Hierophant. But you guys might not have agreed on just some of the basic concepts of the relationship, things that the foundational things, and it kind of killed the love a bit. What's this Page of Cups? We've got Page of Swords. This is youthful energy. What's this Page of Cups? I feel like you're doing your homework. You don't want to get to a point where you have to make this choice on a lover. This is called the choice. Classically, the Lover's card was originally called the choice, and it showed 2 women, I believe, and a man, and he had to choose between the lovers. You don't want to find yourself in this position again of having to make a choice around like some bigger picture stuff, which is long-term value, wealth, home, family. And so I think that your energy is in some of these simple concepts of like the romantic notion of having like notion. I don't mean like that romantic notion, but like that fantasy of having great fun and having magic in your life, but also you want to do the footwork. You might be online, you might be kind of checking people out, or this is online dating possibly, but this is like checking out their backgrounds, checking out their Instagrams or their TikToks, their Facebooks, their LinkedIns. You know, you're kind of trying to you're doing the footwork. You're realizing that some of that basic footwork could avoid a situation of making a hard choice in the future. And so we've got the hard work. This is all the hard work you're putting in towards your dream of that right relationship, the correct relationship for you. Clarity on this sun and this I'm wondering, so this is just a question. I'm going to pose it like a question. Is there something that you might, in your personal life development around relationships, that you might be putting off? And this is not an easy question to answer, because by answering it is not something you would have wanted to do in the first place. So even hearing this question is probably really obnoxious. But if you want to dive in, if you don't, just fast forward it by like a minute. But if you want to dive in deep, what keeps coming up for you? This is shadow work stuff. What little bit of evolution does your life and your personality, your heart, your mind need to take in order to avoid a certain pattern that keeps on coming up? It's a hard question. But let me ask you it this way. Where in your life do you stop listening to that hermit, that lantern? Now, what that could look like is trying to look 12 miles in the distance. Where do you try to push a relationship? Where do you resist change in a relationship? Where do you find yourself really convinced that you're right at all costs? And there are costs. So that's just shadow work stuff. Because if you want to do that shadow work, the sun is shining on you guys. In the month of March, that is some shadow work that you will successfully get through. All right. Let's move on. This wanted to come out. 9 of Cups, being very happy. Tell me about 2 of Swords. Tell me about 2 of Swords. Abundant energy. Something unexpected is going to come out of nowhere, and it's good. It's going to be a pregnancy for a few of you guys. There's a choice attached to it, a difficult choice attached to it. But this is not a bad thing. This is just coming out surprisingly. You know, you don't have control of all aspects of this, and that's what the Tower represents. Is the universe kind of saying, "Hey, what are you going to do if I do this?" You know, like it's helping you reroute your life into a new direction, because sometimes we just don't have the ability to do that ourselves. The universe comes and collaborates with our energies and helps move our lives into a new direction. I do feel like a lot of you guys, not a lot of you guys, but some of you guys are going to be finding out you're pregnant. I'd like to get some advice from Tarot for the month of March for our Leos in love in general. Some advice, please, for our Leos. Okay. There's this sense of don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Stick by something. Tenacity is going to be rewarded in March. And remember that when you feel stuck with the 8 of Swords, when you feel stuck, remember that it's all an illusion. Because this chick can take the blindfold off at any time and walk out from in between those swords. Those ropes that tie her hands are actually loose. That is the meaning. A lot like the Devil card, that is the meaning of the card, is like that your stuckness is an illusion. And the 10 of Swords, what is this 10 of Swords? Things don't have to end in a harsh way. 4 of Swords. Instead, the opposite. Tarot is saying, before you react, if there is the possibility of a harsh ending, a verbal ending, a sudden ending of something, consider your words, consider their power, consider where you're at, consider your gratitude, go inwards. It's this meditative energy. It's the opposite of impulsive energy. And it's coming out with the tenacity is going to serve you really, really well. Floating gracefully out is Temperance. Temperance talks about, it's Sagittarian energy, and Sagittarians are not only the teachers, but also the students of the zodiac. This is about transformation, and it's about patience. It's also about rebalancing life. So this Tower card that comes out, and the Tower card, remember, is something that you didn't expect, something that comes out of nowhere. Something about that is rebalancing your life. And Temperance requires patience, though, too. So it's true life alchemy. The traditional picture of Temperance is somebody pouring water into another glass, kind of like water into wine. And I encourage you to look up the meaning of Temperance, because it's pretty in-depth. But there's a transformation occurring here. And impulse is not going to be your friend. Going inward, diplomacy, meditation, tenacity is going to get you through that illusion of being stuck. All right, you guys, I love you. Keep an eye out for your dailies. I release them every day. And your April readings, which should be out by the last week of March. Feel free to come back and check this reading multiple times because it's very in-depth. And like and subscribe. I'll talk to you soon.